Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to Vintage Story. Hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing awesome. So we are now in version 1.12.3 and there is a rather neat mechanic that has been added for this version. So if we head over here to our warehouse, we can see this in action right away. So that is not the right chest. This is the one that I need. So I am going to grab a little bit of flint here. We're going to do a little bit of napping. So if we go ahead and do this, let's go ahead and make a shovel head. So before we would have had to have broken off every single bit, going out all the way to the edge and take out every single voxel there. But now we can break chunks off, and once it's disconnected, the rest of it disappears. And that, I love that. That is a little something that I thought should have been in from the beginning because, granted, when you're napping something, you need to break it off from the outside. But if you break off a large chunk, that chunk is gone. So, yeah, I mean, that makes a bit more sense to me. And do I have any sticks around here? I want to make this shovel head into an actual shovel now. Oh, and did the texture for the sticks change now? I don't know. But there are a couple of things that I want to work on today. So obviously we have been dealing with some of the temporal storms in the last couple of episodes. And we did come to a very startling realization in the last episode that the corrupt drifters can spawn even within our base. So that is a bit of a problem. So I want to try to make a safe room, kind of a bunker that we can retreat to when a temporal storm is approaching. So honestly, I think the best place for that is going to be over here in these little hills. So, yeah, I think I am going to start doing a little bit of digging, and this shovel is going to come in really handy for that. But I'm going to do a little bit of digging and get a spot made out for a bunker. And, we'll probably have a temporal storm coming here fairly soon that we'll be able to try this out in. So, I'm going to get to it. I'll see you guys after a little bit. So I was about ready to start digging into the side of the hill over here, and I realized there is something even more important for us to worry about at the moment. And that is that we are going to need a lot more flax. And so, I want to get a bunch of this terra preta laid down in our farms finally. So I am going to work on that first, and then I'm going to plant a massive amount of flax over here. Now, it is very unfortunate that once land has been tilled, there is no way to pick it back up. But I guess it kind of makes sense because, you could break it and replace it to reset the nutrient levels otherwise. But we have a lot of flax seeds, and so we're going to have to make a sizable area of terra preta to make this work. Now, one thing that I find really neat is that if we have cattails in water, the water does not flow. And I think that is so weird and cool at the same time. But that actually makes this task a lot easier because now all that I have to do is come through here and break out all of this old medium fertility farmland, and then we can place the terra preta back down. We don't have to worry about being pushed around by water sources or anything like that. But the other thing is we are going to have to make a lot of hoes to till all of this again. I want to say I went through something in the order of about 5 or 6 obsidian hoes to till this all in the first place. So yes, there is more than a little bit of work to be done here. Well, that's pretty neat. So the crops get random rotations to them too, which will make for a much more interesting looking field when it's all said and done. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what this looks like after it's all planted and grown. It won't have near the patterns that it would have normally, but I still have a long way to go on this. As you can see, that was one stack of seeds planted so far, and I have placed down, I think, 2 stacks of the Terra Preta so far. Maybe a bit more than 2 stacks, but not by much. So yes, a lot of stuff still to do here. Well, it's a bunker. So I have beds inside of little nooks in the walls. Got 3 of those, and I have a little storage area here. Now, unfortunately, this food does not seem to be lasting nearly as long as it should. Probably because there's too much light getting through with these doors. I think if we were to have this a little bit further back, it would be better. But then I've also got a chest here and a storage vessel. I've yet to bring over the, poultices. But, yeah, we have a little area here where we can sit and, enjoy the fire and eat. Not that you would really be enjoying it during a temporal storm. Also, I put shutters or trapdoors on the outsides of these windows so that I could still see out, but it really felt like these are reinforced. Like there's nothing gonna get through here because they were trying. But then also, we come through here and there is a secondary entrance. So, yes, we come into this and it's hopefully rather secure. So, that's my hope anyway. Now, I have not gotten any notifications about the temporal storms here lately. So, I think what I'm going to do now is spend some time and cover this all with dirt. Because right now, I mean, some of the cobblestone is still showing through, which is kind of neat, but that's not what I have in mind. But also, I like the way that this side looks. It really looks like a bunker sticking out of the side of a hill. So, I may also plant a few trees around here afterwards as well. But yes, got a few more things to move around here, and man, there's so many animals around here now. I think that they may have overdone animal spawning because, yeah, there's just way too much of it. And also, I managed to find a blue lupin out there. I have quite a few of them. So I am going to go ahead and break this planter. I know I could have gotten one from remapping, but like I said before on those, I don't really care. But I am going to take probably 2 stacks of these poultices down to the bunker, and I may see if there's anything else that I can think that we need. We have firewood and things like that, so I don't think that there's really much else. So yeah, I suppose gonna keep placing this dirt down around here, and let's see, we'll put the poultices in there, I suppose, and I guess I'll see you guys after a little bit. So one thing that I definitely realized I need to do before our next temporal storm comes in is get some new swords. Because this sword that I have is at 85 durability, and I don't have any more made. So I'm actually going to spend a little bit of time here smithing. But the thing is I would kind of like to be able to start getting into some of the iron armor stuff. But that is going to take a huge amount of iron. So we will be getting into the Helvhammer, hopefully, well, probably not in this episode, but hopefully very soon. Because, yeah, we have a scythe in here, a couple of iron pickaxes, a couple of iron axes, no shovels, and a couple of obsidian hoes. Yeah, not exactly much in the way of tools. So, yeah, I have no idea actually what it takes now to make an iron or a iron sword. So, let's see, let's get this up to temperature here. And you know what? We probably should make another iron hammerhead while we're at it too, because this hammer, it takes a lot more durability on these hammers now. And I don't know if maybe we should make our hammers out of copper now. Okay, so we can see where we need to move this to. So I hope I didn't need to, or it looks like I didn't need to add another ingot for this. Dang it. Oh well. Such is life, I guess. Okay, let's remove the excess stuff here. So yeah, smithing has definitely become a much more interesting endeavor. I'm really kind of curious to see what that Helvhammer is going to take on the way of smithing. But yeah, honestly, this hammerhead doesn't exactly feel right on its shape either. I'll be completely honest about that. Feels like there should be like a hole in it or something, but okay, well, let's go ahead and grab those two. We'll throw in 4 more. Let's see if they can get up to temperature before it's too late. So this long blade, okay, so that's gonna take a bit of material. So the shape is identical to what we had before, but it is definitely different. And I don't know why I like dragging this stuff towards me. I mean, really, there's no advantage to doing it that way. It's just the way that I want to do it, I guess. So yeah, it does look like we're going to have enough out of each ingot to make 1 sword blade. So I'm going to make a couple of sword blades, a couple of shovel heads, because those are something else that I'm going to need. And I will continue waiting for this next Temporal Storm, and we'll see how things go with it this time. Wow. This is known as the supermoon bug. So this is actually fixed in a new update. Oh my god, that is huge! What? Oh my god! And look at it bounce. Oh, there it goes. That is pretty cool. So yes, that is actually a bug that Tyrone has identified and fixed in the 1.12.4 update. So yeah, thought I would try to catch that once. I'd had it happen at least once before, but yeah, that was pretty cool. So I suppose I'm probably going to update to 1.12.4. That still will happen as a rare event, but I figured wanted to catch it at least once. So I did also make the Hellhammer head. So this was a pain to smith because it takes almost all of the voxels from 2 ingots, and you have to bring them up 3 levels. And yeah, it doesn't exactly work real good. But looks like the majority of the flax is now ripe. So I'm probably going to get in here and harvest all of this because we are going to need tons of flax to make another windmill. And hopefully we will get enough seeds that it will be worthwhile to plant the rest of this. Now these do take K nutrients, so I won't be able to replant on that spot. I believe the bone meal replenishes P, and there's a raccoon in here. I believe the bone meal replenishes P and 0K, 3% N and 30% P. And then there's also another type of fertilizer that I can't remember the name of that I have not found that actually replenishes N. It'd be nice if we had something that could replenish the K. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and harvest all of this. No, I don't have that. I don't have the thing with me. Now, I don't remember if I have mentioned this, but one thing that I did put into the bunker was a bunch of my cured meat. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't seem to be working very good for preservation. So even though this stuff would last like 9.5 years in the cellar, it'll only last 5 years in here. Same thing with these guys. The 1.2 years changed down to 116 days in here. Also added some spider webs in here because it just kind of felt a little better having those in there. So yeah, I guess lots of harvesting for this. And hi there, Mr. Raccoon. Lots of harvesting for this stuff, and probably be putting down the rest of the terra preta. And yeah, it's going to be nice to be able to make another windmill. Well, if I needed red meat, that's definitely a thing. So I've got lots of rabbits trapped down in here, a couple of pigs. Whoops, I was not supposed to jump in here. A dead chicken even, because there's a fox in here and a raccoon. Yeah, just in general, lots and lots of animals are getting stuck in here, which is absolutely hilarious. But I have been waiting for another temporal storm to come along so that I can test and see how my bunker is doing. But it just hasn't been happening, which is fine. I mean, the temporal storms are kind of annoying. But I think what I'm going to do in the meantime, so I was discussing the fact that we are going to need to be able to turn iron blooms into ingots now. And also making the plates is a lot harder. So I want to be able to get a wind-powered Hellhammer going. Now I've already harvested my flax once, which is really nice. And so I have replanted it, and it grows so much faster on this stuff. I mean, this terra preta is amazing. The next time that I harvest this vegetable garden, we will also be replacing it with terra preta. But yes, we need to get a facility set up for the Hellhammer to operate. And I was thinking to build it here in this open area in the middle, but I would kind of like to keep that for a town center. Also, that would mean that I need to move my livestock, which I am not ready to do yet. So instead, I think we are going to come over somewhere in this direction and build this, well, factory, I guess. It'll be a place that we can have blast furnaces. Is it blast furnaces? No, bloomeries. And the Helve Hammer's operating. So it's also going to take a lot to be able to get the anvils for that. But I do need to kind of level this down a little. There's a couple of ponds here, that one there, and this one over here, that I think I'm just going to fill in. But also, I need to get these flowers pulled up because our bees are now up here. And actually, I am thinking that we are going to be moving the bees temporarily up here to the top of this. So we need to make sure that we have all the flowers around here. And there goes that raccoon stealing my berries, that little butt. But so I am going to kind of level a space down here. I don't know how big this thing is going to be. I might pop over into creative for a bit and see if I can design something out before I even start on this so that I can have an idea of how big of a space I need. So I suppose I will get going on that, and I'll see you guys after a little bit. Well, I have not been able to come up with a good design of what I like for how this Helve Hammer building should look. But also, this video has been delayed by quite a few days by vehicle breakdowns, so I'd like to just get something figured out here. So I do know that we have some things to make. So the first thing that we need to make, if we get in here, take a look at the Helve Hammer. Down here at the bottom we have the Helve Hammer base. So if we look at that, we need some boards and a lump of fat, chisel, and a hammer of some kind. So let's go ahead and get in here. I do not have many planks, or boards I guess, since my suggestion was actually taken on that apparently, to rename them to boards instead of planks. If we go like this, that'll give us the Helve Hammer base. And then to make the Helve Hammer itself, the Hello Hammer? No, the Helve Hammer. So we're going to want an iron Helve Hammer, and that's going to take a lot of boards and our hammerhead. So, yeah, we have a whole bunch of logs over here. So we'll go ahead and grab those. Let's go ahead and get out here, grab our saw, and make a whole bunch of planks. Boards, it's going to take me a while to get used to that. And then we need our Helve Hammer head, which is right here. And that was like this. Yes, okay. So there's those two. Now to power this, we are going to need something else. And that is, oh geez, I cannot remember the name of it now. Oh, we have a Temporal Storm approaching. So that is perfect. We might actually be able to find out if this bunker works. So, let's see here. I don't even remember anything about what that was. Well, you know what? Let's head for the bunker. Because, if that happens to hit while I'm out in the open, I do not want to be out in the open. So we'll go ahead and get in here. So hopefully nothing can spawn in here, because this is all half slabs and stairs. And like there's a bowl on top of this table, but I don't even think tables are spawnable anyway. The chairs should not be spawnable. If anything spawns in that fire pit, they shouldn't be able to get to me anyway. And like on top of these beds, there's doors. So yeah, we shouldn't have any issues. But let's just see if we can figure out what these things were called. So if we just look at the axle. So mechanical power, that's probably the place to look. So the Helve Hammer requires a wooden toggle. Okay, so that is going to need an axle and some boards. And this is going to move the Helve Hammer up and down as the shaft rotates. So we need to make some of these. Oh, we need some logs. Darn it. Alright, well, let's quickly get out here. We should have plenty of time before this storm hits still. So we need to make the toggle, and that actually should be the only new thing that we need. You know what? We're going to take a whole stack of these with us. Why not? There's no reason not to. And yes, I know we have tons of boards out in front of the warehouse, but the whole idea is that is for show. So, and they shouldn't be able to spawn out here either, because this is all half slabs and stairs too. So hopefully that is the case. So let's go ahead and make an axle. How did we make that now? Axle. Okay. Axle. So the wooden axle. Okay, log, lump of fat, chisel, hammer. Okay. So log, lump of fat, chisel, hammer makes 2 axles. Alright. Yeah. So now if we look at this, this can be used to make the toggle. So we need the axle in the middle, boards on each side, lump of fat, chisel, hammer. Okay. So axle in the middle, 4 boards on each side, a lump of fat right there, and then we need the chisel and the hammer, and that's going to make the toggle. So the toggle, I actually found in creative the positioning of these is kind of strange. So let's pop outside here and we'll set these down out here in the open. So the Helve Hammer base faces away from you actually, and if we place the Helve Hammer on it we can see, so this little tab right here is where the wooden toggle is actually supposed to go, and that is the wrong direction. I always felt that this placed in the wrong way. But so now as this rotates, we can see this gear inside of here will cause the hammer to bounce up and down, and we need to place an anvil right here. So yeah, we will try to get something set up on that, and maybe we can actually see this thing in operation probably in the next episode. But right now I think I am going to wait for this Temporal Storm. I have shown the Temporal Storms in the last couple of episodes, so short of anything spawning in here, I will not show anything. But I have a pretty good feeling I'm going to be watching some of those guys outside of these windows. So yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit. Well, we can see these corrupt drifters outside the windows, but they never spawned inside, so that is perfect. It seems like our bunker is actually secure. So that is wonderful. That makes me very happy. Now the issue of course is going to be getting away from here before they get me. So yeah, there's more than a few of them there. So yeah, they're chasing after me, so why not? We'll just go for a little run and see if we can actually get them to despawn. But yes, our bunker seems to be a success. We'll have to do a little bit more testing to find out for sure. I just barely hit 80% temporal stability during that storm. So I don't know if there's anything fancy for when that actually will spawn them or whatever. I mean, it is totally confusing to me. But I do think that is probably going to be it for this episode. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or anything that you would like to see, be sure to leave that down in the comments. And I will see you next time. Bye!